This video is brought to you by hoodbeast.com. Design your own custom hoodies. hoodbeast.com. We are beast.
Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing some more daily NBA news and updates. We got a couple of things to talk about today, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Lego. After the Thunder lost to the Wolves last night, they boarded a plane from Minnesota to Chicago. And things seemed to be going fine until the plane had to make an emergency landing because something went wrong. Take a look at this picture. It would appear that the plane hit something while it was 30,000 feet up in the air. Carmelo Anthony and Steven Adams were both confused as to what was going on. Patrick Patterson claims that they hit Superman. Well, they clearly hit something because that plane got jacked up. And I'm also not buying at all what Delta Airlines was trying to sell us. According to Delta Airlines, the cause of the dent was the plane hitting a bird. Now, I don't know if it could have had something to do with the high speeds that planes travel at that would have caused an impact with a little bird to leave that sizable of a dent or what, because I don't know what kind of bird they would have to hit in the sky to make that big of a dent in a charter plane. It's crazy. Thankfully though, everyone was all right. No one was hurt. The team got to their destination safely, but it's weird. I really wonder what on earth they could have hit 30,000 feet up in the air to cause a dent like that. Speaking of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Russell Westbrook. We were all saying how he would have to change up his game to start the season now that he's playing alongside Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, so those guys can have a better chance at fitting in alongside Russell Westbrook. Be more pass first instead of trying to do it all like he did last year. But according to Carmelo Anthony, that's not what him and Paul George want from Russell Westbrook. They want the same old Russell Westbrook that they were seeing last year. They do it yourself Russell Westbrook, and then they will just try and fit in around that. We came for you. We came here because we believe in what you can do and what you bring to the game, and we don't want you to stop doing that. We want you to be that player. We want you to be that person, and we will fit in. That's what Carmelo Anthony said that he told Russell Westbrook. And to be honest, the last couple of games that the Thunder have played, Russell Westbrook did seem more like the Russell Westbrook that we had seen from last year. In the Thunder's first 2 or 3 games, it was clear that Russell Westbrook was trying to be more pass first, was trying to get Carmelo Anthony and Paul George more involved on the offensive end. He was still taking quite a few shots, but it wasn't nearly as much as he had been taking last year. He was letting those guys shoot more. However, in the past 2 games, that has not been the case at all. Russell Westbrook has took more shots than both Paul George and Carmelo Anthony in the last 2 games, and putting up pretty similar numbers to the ones he was putting up last year once again. One of those games resulted in a win, and the other one resulted in, of course, a really close loss to the Wolves. So I guess Carmelo Anthony's mindset is this: by himself, with the way he was playing last year, he was still able to get the Thunder a bunch of wins in the loaded Western Conference. He was good enough by himself to carry the Thunder to the playoffs. We want him to do the same exact thing this year, except now he has a better supporting cast. And to be honest, the Westbrook we saw from last year is probably the best version of Russell Westbrook. Look, we all wanted Russell Westbrook to change, to perfect his flaws, stop turning the ball over so much, maybe trust your teammates a little bit more. We were nitpicking him because while he did not do those 2 things well, he did everything else pretty well. The man's a human wrecking ball. That's just the type of player that he is, and we were trying to expect him to be something that he's not, especially now that he has Carmelo Anthony and Paul George on the same team. Maybe he should go back to the old Russell Westbrook and then just let Carmelo Anthony and Paul George try and figure out what they can do on this team, playing second and third fiddle to Russell Westbrook. You guys know what happened in yesterday's Washington Wizards versus Golden State Warriors game, with Draymond Green and Bradley Beal getting into it at the end of the second quarter and both of them getting ejected. I watched that fight time and time again to try and kind of figure out exactly what happened, and the only real thing I could see was Bradley Beal wrapping his arm around the neck of Draymond and then grabbing his jersey with the other arm. Draymond tries to break free, and that's all you can really see, which left some people confused as to why Draymond was ejected, since it just seemed like he was trying to get away from Bradley Beal, and Beal was the one who started the fight. So people were confused about that, including Draymond Green, as after he was ejected from the game, he went on a rant while walking back to the locker room about how the NBA has been trying to hold him down.
They have to get me, bro. It's been that way, though. They mad because they can't hold me down. It's been that way. It's been that way.
That's a lot of emotion. he just let off right there. And he kind of elaborated on it after the game, after he had a chance to cool down. I don't know what I'm supposed to do if someone hits you twice. Man, you're taught as a kid not to allow that. What am I supposed to do? There's a history with me and the NBA. That's the only reason I could think of why I was ejected. I don't know everything that happened on the court. Like I said, there was only so much that we could see that went down once the fight broke out, especially between Draymond Green and Bradley Beal, since they were at the bottom of the pile. But from what I did see and what I could see, it just looked like Draymond Green was trying to get away. And it's kind of like, what did you want Draymond Green to try and do? Did you just want him to stand there and not do anything while Bradley Beal punches and chokes him out? Who's gonna do that? I do think his reputation with the refs and the league did play a part of him getting ejected. But you also have to remember that Draymond Green already had one technical foul earlier in that game before this fight broke out. Maybe if not for that, he wouldn't have been kicked out. He just would have been given a technical foul, his first of the game, but now this made it two, so he got ejected. Then again though, the NBA does have a strict no fighting rule. If you get involved in a fight or you throw a punch, that results in an immediate ejection, which I don't 100% agree with. Unless Green threw a punch, it really just looked like he was defending himself more than fighting. Kevin Durant also said that it's unfortunate that Draymond Green got kicked out for getting punched twice.
Of the scuffle that kind of happened late in the half. It looked like you were going back on offense, and you got to be pretty surprised looking back and seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's two competitors going at it, man. But, you know, that's a big thing in our league now, is trying to, trying to avoid stuff like that. But, you know, it happens in the game. You know, Brad and Draymond both really want to win. And it's more than just going out there and playing. They're physical, you know, they talk trash. And it happens. You know, it was unfortunate that Draymond got tossed out for getting punched, but, you know, that's just how it is. And, but we wish both of them guys, would have stayed in the game. It would have been a better game.
It is what it is at this point. Now we just gotta wait for the league to determine if there will be any further consequences for these two players, such as suspensions. By the way, another player who could be looking at punishment from the NBA is Kelly Oubre Jr. Here is another viewpoint of the fight in which you can clearly see Oubre throwing them hands, even though it kind of looked like he hit John Wall. He punched John Wall with his first punch. I guess if you've ever been waiting to hit a teammate, dying to hit a teammate, but you just never had the opportunity to do it, there is no better time than in a situation like this. You can throw a clean punch and get away with it without them ever knowing it was you, unless John Wall sees the video of it. Lastly, we just got a quick update for the Boston Celtics. The NBA granted the Celtics an $8.4 million injured player exception for the loss of Gordon Hayward for the entire season. Basically what that means is the Boston Celtics now have $8 million to do whatever they want with. They can sign a player or set up a trade that would normally push them over the salary cap now without having to worry that much about it, unless it would put them $8.4 million over the salary cap. So now we just have to wait and see what they do with it. It expires March 10th, so they have some time. Question of the daytime: what do you guys think happened to the Oklahoma City Thunder's plane? Let me know down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, I asked you guys what player has surprised you the most so far this season, and here's what you said. Question of the day: I'm surprised by the Orlando Magic as a team, especially by Fournier, Vucevic, and Gordon. All of them are having a great year so far and are averaging almost 70 points together. That's a very underrated big three. Additionally, I'm surprised that you didn't mention Tobias Harris. He's averaging 24 points for the Pistons. Question of the day: the player who has surprised me the most is Chandler Parsons. How the heck is he fully fit and still absolute garbage on that contract? Question of the day: Blake Griffin definitely surprised me this year. It seems like he can carry the Clippers without CP3. A lot of people were saying Aaron Gordon. The only reason I didn't say Aaron Gordon was because at the time he only played 2 games while the other players have played in all the games so far this year, so it was too early for me to say Aaron Gordon, but I will admit that he has surprised me as well. And then with the whole Tobias Harris thing, a lot of people were also saying, why not Tobias Harris? I'm surprised you didn't mention Tobias Harris. And look, I'm flattered that so many of you are recognizing the flames that Tobias Harris is setting so far this year. However, I said players that have surprised me. I'm not surprised at all by what Tobias Harris has been doing this year. The dude has been a walking bucket ever since he came to the Pistons. He's just getting more touches now. That's gonna do it for today though. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. And I guess until tomorrow, keep getting the bucks, Team STC. And I'm out of here. Peace.